Morning students, welcome once again your chemistry section. So today start with your next topic, that is oligosaccharide, and this is the class of carbohydrates, second types. And this oligosaccharides upon hydrolysis to give the 10 to 2 molecules of monosaccharide, and this is also for the classification is the tri and tetrasaccharides. Some examples for disaccharide, that is your sucrose, maltose and lactose. Trisaccharide, that is your raffinose, and third one is your tetrasaccharide, that is your styrose. So these are the classification of oligosaccharides. It states ask you once so this is molecules through linked by with a glycosidic linkage, and it is mainly formed by the oxide linkage formed by the release of water molecules, and when the two molecules of monosaccharide same or different combine each other. So this is known as glycosidic linkage. So first study about the class of oligosaccharide, that is your disaccharide. So under this topic, that is your sucrose, this is also known as cane sugar. Sucrose is one of the most useful disaccharide in our daily life. Okay, it is widely distributed in nature, the juice, seeds, fruits, and also flower in many plants. The main source of sucrose or sugar cane juices, which contain 50 to 20% sucrose and sugar. Okay, next is that is a dextrotate in nature. Okay, structure is when the molecular formula of sucrose, this is a sucrose formula C12H22O11, upon hydrolysis in the presence of mineral acid or enzyme, that is give the equimolar mixture of dextrorotatory glucose and dextrorotatory of fructose. So this is both the combination is to form the sucrose, and sucrose hydrolysis to mineral acid to give the equimolar ratio of glucose and fructose. This means that a molecules of sucrose is formed when one molecules of D-glucose combine with one molecules of fructose. So this is formed by the loss of molecule of water, and the linkage formed as already point out, that is known as glycosidic linkage. Okay. In the formation of linkage, C1 of alpha carbon D-glucose here, C1 of alpha form of D-glucose combined with C2 beta form of D-fructose are involved. So this is your basic structure. You can see here glucose and fructose. You all know that glucose is your 6-membered ring, and fructose, that is your 5-membered ring. So this is combined to form the oxide and loss of water molecules to form the glycosidic linkage. So this is your structure about your sucrose. So next is your maltose. So this is known as a malt sugar, and it is a disaccharide present in the germinated seeds, particular of carrots, in the form of starch. Generally, it is prepared by the hydrolysis of starch with either the dilute mineral acid or enzyme to give the maltose, and it is also dextrorotatory in a nature. So structure is also pointed out by the disaccharides upon hydrolysis of maltose to give the two molecules of glucose, and they are linked by through oxygen, that is your glycosidic linkage. One carbon of unit of alpha glucose and second one is your alpha glucose, the fourth carbon. They attach with through oxide, and this is known as glycosidic linkage. Next is your lactose or milk sugar. So lactase is also the disaccharide present in the milk of mammals, and cow milk has been found to 4 to 6 percentage, and lactose while present in the human milk, that is varies from 5 to 8%. Okay, it is commercially as by the product in the preparation of cheese from milk. So this lactose is also hydrolysis with a mineral acid or enzyme to give the beta D glucose and beta D galactose. So this is also isomeric in nature. Okay, and glycosidic linkage is present between the C1 of galactose and C4 of the glucose. So this is your galactose and this is your glucose. One formation of one carbon of the galactose beta form and beta form of D glucose of the fourth carbon. They formed by the glycosidic linkage with the help of oxygen. So this is about your oligosacharide under the first classification, that is your disaccharide under the starch, maltose and lactose. So next we are going to study about the your polysaccharide. So this is your third type under the carbohydrate, that is your polysaccharide. You also study in the first and second class, that is your monosaccharide and oligosaccharide. So third is your polysaccharide. Polysaccharides are the natural occurring polymers in which the monomer units are monosaccharide in nature. This is the monomer units are the monosaccharide in nature, and they are generally represent the general formula C6H10O5N. This N values varies from 12 to 700. This is a tasteless and insoluble in water, but these are the hydrolysis to give the to change the monosaccharide. Okay, the first class of under this condition, that is your starch. You will know that starch is a major source of carbohydrates and which are very much essential to human body since they supply the energy to the body. Okay, कि हमारे पास starch that is a major source of carbohydrates and which is very essential to human body since they supply energy to body. It occurs in the mainly seeds, fruits, tubers, and also roots of the plant. And the chief commercial source of starch are the wheat, maize, rice, and potatoes. Okay, so these are the uh, products that is present in the presence of starch in this product. So here the structure of starch, that is also consist of the two compound, that is your amylosis 20% and later is the amylopectin, that is your 80%. Okay, so here the same molecular formula, that is C6H10O5 whole twice N, but here the presence of two component, that is your amylosis 20% and 80% is your amylopectin. So this is your structure amylosis. Okay, so amylosis give the maltose and D-glucose unit. No other than monosaccharide or disaccharide formed by the hydrolysis. We conclude that amylosis consists of the long chain of several D-glucose units and which are actually the alpha isomer in nature. In this, the chain C1 of atom glucose unit is linked to the carbon of fourth atom of other unit with help of glycosidic linkage. So this is your structure of amylosis, and this is basically the form of starch, that is C6H10O5 whole N. So this is consist with a long chain through alpha linkage or glycosidic linkage formation. Similar structure of amylopectins, that is found by the unit linkage to each other C4 to C4 glycosidic linkage. The linear chains are further connected to each other as a result of linkage containing C1 of the one terminal glucose molecule present at one chain of carbon atom is another glucose molecule present at the terminal positions to each other and chain through the oxygen atom. Amylosis is formed by the chain structure, but here in amylopectin, that is formed by the long chain, linear chain, but the one number of position of first carbon is attached to the 6 carbon of other to form the alpha yeah, glycosidic linkage with the help of oxide. So this is the basic difference between these two structure. Okay, so next that is a amylopectin, that is a insoluble fraction, has a branch chain structure and consists of the unit, that is your molecules. So amylopectin is a water insoluble and fraction has a branch chain structure. So you can see comparison between this is your linear chain and this is your branch chain structure. That is your cellulose. So cellulose is the another polysaccharide useful to human beings a number of ways, but is quite different in behavior as compared to starch. Whereas starch is used in food, but cellulose is the source of shelter, clothing, but not as a food. It is present in a cotton, juice, jute, and wood. Wood contain the 50% of cellulose. You all know that jute, in jute and cotton is present as a cellulose. Structure of cellulose, that is your upon hydrolysis, cellulose gives the D positive glucose. This means that the only two glucose units are present in cellulose, but unlike structure, these beta D glucose molecules and not the alpha D glucose molecules. The X-ray analysis shows that there are a large linear chain glucose molecules laying side by side in the form of bundles and held together by the hydrogen bonding in a neighboring the hydroxyl group. The linear chain of D-glucose units are attached to each other by C1 to C4 bond through the beta-glycosidic linkage. So this is your 1 and 4th carbon bond to formed by the glucose, and this is your beta glycosidic linkage. The main difference between these molecules through linkage, which carbon atoms to attach to the another number of carbon atom and to form the beta glycosidic linkage here rather than glycosidic linkage. So this is your linear chain for the monosaccharides, sorry, polysaccharides, not monosaccharide, because here use an and representation, that is your polysaccharide structure. So this is combined with 1/4 carbon to oxide, that is your beta glycosidic linkage. Okay. So next is your test for carbohydrates, but I think you all know that what is the reducing and not reducing sugar. When the carbohydrate is saccharides reduced with the Tolls reagent failing solution, that is known as your reducing sugar, and when these saccharides are not reduced by this solution failing tolerance reagent solution, that is known as non-reducing sugar. So here some example reducing sugar, that is your D-glucose, D-fructose, maltose and lactose. These are the reducing sugar, and not reducing sugar, that is your sucrose, starch, cellulose and glycosins. So these are the examples for reducing and non-reducing sugar. So next topic, that is your test for carbohydrates. So here general test, that is your Molish, churning test and sodium hydroxide test. So this is the important test for the competitive as well as your exam point of view. So Morris test states that when the dissolve about 0.1 gram of the given carbohydrates in 2 ml of water in test tube, when add the 2 to 3 drops of present the 1% of alcoholic solution of alpha naphthol, and then carefully pour the 2 ml of concentrated sulfuric acid along the wall of the test tube. A deep violet ring will be formed, and where are the oily and aqueous layer meet. So this is the presence for deep violet ring, that is known as your carbohydrates, and this test is known as Molish test for confirmation test. Next is your churning test, that is when form about 0.2 gram of given the carbohydrate with 1 ml of concentrated sulfuric acid in a test tube. Okay, churning test when the worm about 0.2 gram of given carbohydrates with 1 ml of concentrated sulfuric acid in a test tube. When churning will takes place accompanied by a smell of burning sugar. You also can identify this method in house. Next is your third, that is your sodium hydroxide. When the boil about 0.2 gram of carbohydrates with 5 ml of 10% sodium hydroxide solution in a test tube. The mix initially turns yellow and the brown accompanied by a smell or caramel. This test is not given by the sucrose and starch. Okay, so this is the basic test for carbohydrates, and you also study about the different classification of carbohydrate under the mono, uh, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. So further you also study what is your monosaccharide, that is a presence of glucose, fructose, maltose, lactose, and oligosaccharide you also study about the disaccharide. Okay, so third is one is your polysaccharide. This is also you also study about the polysaccharides, and next is your test for carbohydrates. So thank you and have a nice day, students.